Okay, time to break into the spoilers. Oh, where to start? Okay, I guess I'll start with Bane. Like I said, the mask, it's not really chemical-based whatsoever. Well, it is semi, like I should get my story straight before I start filming. The thing is, he doesn't get strength from a chemical in the mask like he did in most all his other versions. Instead, the mask is more of a painkiller that for some reason he doesn't build a resistance to. And his ridiculous strength? That's just him. And does it get ridiculous? Yeah, he punches some fucking concrete off of a pillar. That's just him. Wow. Now, a lot of the things that are pulled in from previous films, you got Ra's al Ghul. He is a major part of the plot here. Yeah, he got killed in the first Nolan film, and he's still dead. But the whole thing is, Bane was his protege, and then you got this other one, and you got this, and that, and then this, and then this goes this way, this goes that way, and they got twisting plots even more crazy than what the Joker could have come up with. And it really just sends your head spinning sometimes, but at the end, it does make sense. It doesn't just pull shit out of its ass that has no hint whatsoever how the fuck that could have happened. Things do tend to lead to other things if you catch the specific little hints. Now, with how woven the plot is, I really have to say it's done really well, and it's hard for me to even delve into it in the spoiler section because it's something that I enjoyed so much just watching that I don't want to just tell everyone, okay, this, and this, so when you're watching, you have the whole movie ruined for you the first time. Even I like spoilers that don't fuck up everything. Makes sense, doesn't it? One thing that really confused me, though, one thing that I think wasn't properly explained. I mean, at first, Bruce Wayne's been out of being Batman for years, and his body has deteriorated, not just loss of muscle mass. His cartilage, gone. He can hardly walk. He gets a little mechanical joint-enhancing exoskeletal thing to help him walk again so he can get back into being Batman at one point. But later, he gets his ass kicked and gets thrown into a prison situation, and that 20 or so minutes of the movie kind of plays out like Jean-Claude Van Damme's In Hell. And similarly, he exercises his ass off, even though he couldn't possibly have his exoskeletal helpers anymore. His back's fucked up with vertebrae out of place, and he has no cartilage still. That doesn't grow back after that. How the hell is he able to just exercise himself back to peak physical condition? That has to be the part the logic part in my brain. I'm like, no! But they never fully address exactly, so there's a little opening. So I'm watching a movie about a guy dressing up like a bat, taking a big sky ship thing, and going around a city and blowing shit up and taking a nuclear thing and so yeah, complaining a little too much about the cartilage thing might be out of place, I guess. But another thing that was kind of out of place was the Scarecrow. He's back, but he's still not the Scarecrow. He's a lawyer guy again that no one wants him to be. Psychologist. Same thing. And he's playing judge. And he always comes up with the same judgment, even when people plead different things. which is kind of annoying to me. I was like, oh, do you want to be judged death or exile? And the first guy say exile, they take him out on the ice to walk to freedom, and of course the ice is too fucking thin, so they all freeze to death as they fall into the lake, the river, the ocean, whatever the fuck it is. A big frozen pit of water. And the other guys say, oh, well, you're gonna do that to me anyway, then fine, death. I'm like, oh, really? Death? Fine, you are sentenced to death. By exile! Go out on the ice. I was like, oh, really? The same thing? Yes, you know it's gonna kill them, but now you're plainly saying you know it's gonna kill them. Fuck. Let's see. One other thing. Got Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who plays Blake, who, is a little policeman, helps out against the crime, and believes more in Batman than the others do, who say, no, he killed a fucking car. He killed Harvey Dent, so he must be captured, and fuck all these guys that are trying to destroy the city, catch Batman. And Blake's there like, no, Batman's the good guy. And about halfway through the film, I'm looking at him, and he's, helping Batman directly, and I'm like, he's got a big Robin look to him, doesn't he? He's kind of Robin-y. Robin? And go through another hour of the movie, and still, he's just helping Batman out a lot, and I'm like, you're kind of Robin-ish. Get to the last 5 minutes of the movie. Oh, you should use your full name. That's a real nice name. Robin. Yeah, no shit! So, yeah, the big surprise, he's Robin. Really? That's a plot point that was really fucking predictable. But he did a good job with it. I can't deny that. But it just really, the acting, the plot, like certain plot points where they just drag out explaining something and explaining it. And I'm like, okay, I get it. The one point where well, where they got Batman right at the point where, okay, he's here. We can kill him. We have the thing to blow shit up. And we're going to stand here and talk about it for 2.5 minutes, giving the other guy plenty of time to disarm the thing, so when I press this button, nothing will happen. Smart. I was looking at that scene like, you should just shut the fuck up, finish stabbing him, or blow the city up. Just shut up and press the fucking button. And yeah, it's kind of obvious that, of course, the city wouldn't blow up, but they seriously spent a long time talking about it before pressing the button. Not just the normal, short little monologue. This was half of a speech. I think this might have been longer than the Gettysburg Address. So, that... Shit, I should have said this in the non-spoiler section, but one thing about the tone of this movie, they crack jokes at themselves quite a bit. It helps break the tension, but some of it does feel a bit out of place, and one I kind of liked because it was kind of what I was thinking at the same time. So when Batman's talking to Catwoman on the rooftop, and he's telling her the one thing, and he hands her the one thing, I think he handed her something then. And he turns and looks the other way, and he turns back and, Selena, and she's gone. So that's what that feels like. Perfect timing, and yeah, the whole theater cracked up at that point. There were plenty of jokes that everyone in the theater thought were quite well done. And most of the jokes, I mean, I can't think of any that got me to go, some of it seemed to break the tension at points that I thought maybe should have stayed tense. But, you didn't have the Joker there to keep everything funny and tense. So they had the tense scenes, and they tried to break it up with some stuff that was a little funny. And it did work, but sometimes it was like, another joke? Thanks, but what about that big wheel of death? It was kind of interesting. So, still recommend it. I'm definitely going to look into getting this one when it comes out on DVD. One thing that kind of annoyed me, I wouldn't think that a movie coming out this high profile, this late, in our era would not have a 3D option, but no theater that I found was showing it in 3D. I didn't do any full research to figure out whether that was just because or what, but, well, I saw it's the first film I've seen in a while that I saw in 2D. I felt disappointed in that, because some shots would look awesome in 3D. Oh well, I guess then it was about as 3D as the Amazing Spider-Man. Oh well. Thank you all for watching. I've been Decker Shado. And remember, I want to see more of Anne Hathaway's ass.